Let's work with our StreamWriter project in the File I/O folder as usual. And you can see we have it open here. Just looking at the first class here, write text to file using system I/O. That's what we're doing. Using the classes within. We're just going to declare a private constant here as a string. This is just going to hold our file name. No big deal. Uppercase because it's a constant. Typical way of doing that. Here we're going to use the static method. If a file exists, pass the file name in there. Then we're going to just say that the file already exists if it exists, and then just return and close out the program. Not returning a value, we're returning, but we're not returning a value. If we returned a value, then we would get a problem because this is void. Because we're using void and we want to exit the program, we can just do a return without a type after that, and that returns void. Alright, so we just have an int x here, equal to 22, just a variable. Now we're just writing to the console that we're going to write to the file. We're going to work with the StreamWriter to create our SWriter object, and then you can see we're doing the static method again, file.createText, file name. So we're using the file class. So file.createText, just like this. File class instead of the file info. File info is instance methods only, as you saw with the directory examples. So the great thing is we don't have to worry about objects if we use that file object. We don't have to worry about instantiating an object and doing all of that. We can just use the static methods. It works out quite nicely, keeps our code really small. That's important when you're working with files. Your file sizes can really get out of hand, your code sizes, your source code, because you're doing all of this in between stuff to get things to work. And the beautiful thing about .NET is that you don't have to do that, and that's really fantastic. I like that a lot. Just get to work. Check the file, see if it exists. Create a text file, no big deal. Alright, so then we're writing out some things using WriteLine. A series of write lines, just like we're doing with the console, and that's a beautiful thing. Works in similar ways to working with strings, as you can see. We have a local variable here. X is equal to something, so that's X getting passed in there. And it works out quite nice for us. I like to have things close. You can put spaces in there as well if you like. So we can see it's easy to write value types. We have ints, floats, and we just pass them along 0, 1, and it goes right out to the file. And then we close it, and we're all done. WriteLine, the file has been written. So we just debug it. And there you go. Quick and easy. It's written. You can see the stream reader example, and then you can see what the output looks like. It really just looks very easy. We'll just go in there and take a peek. It's the same file that's in the stream reader, as you saw within that debug directory. And you can see its output exactly as we want it to be. So you can do advanced things, advanced logging. There are many different ways to work with the StreamWriter and the stream reader. You notice that we do that close there as well. We didn't use the using keyword in this example. And you can see we can get the instance methods here that we can work with. Dealing with flushing and working with your object. And some more advanced things you can work with, including putting in a new line, for example. So it can get pretty complex, or it could be quite easy. Depends on what you want to do. I recommend that you experiment. That's the best way to get into working with your files and doing some easy and wonderful things. Look at the XML videos as well for other ways of writing out files and things like that. It's quite nice to be able to do that.